Mr. 6ix9ine himself, Takashi. He looks like he's going back in, right? Look at this one. This sounds like he's addressing it. 6ix9ine explains why he's going back to prison soon.
I'm scared because I can't control it, right? Because at the end of the day, like when that shit happened in the mall, the guy threatened me with a gun.
How do you beat up a guy who shows you he has a gun?
Because I'm just like, yo, I live with that trauma. Like, yo, if I let him walk away, he probably is gonna get more people to, fulfill his attack or fulfill his plan, right?
Okay. Bad statement.
So we beat him up in like self-defense, but the court doesn't look at it like that.
Right.
I'm not armed, he's armed. Then they raided my house March 12th, so I'm fighting 2 violations. I'm fighting the drugs that was found in my house and the assault. The drugs that was found in my house, a CI, somebody close to me, around me, said there was drugs, guns, and cash in the house. So they brought 3 different canines.
You don't know who?
No. I'm scared because I don't.
He literally just incriminated himself on why he would be found guilty, and he don't even understand what he just said, possibly. If the courts see what he just said, yeah, defense is out the window. Now, let me tell you why. But first, I want to tell you a classic example that's in my memory, because as you guys can see, I'm into court related and crime and legal proceedings and stuff like that. It's an interesting niche to me to see what we all got to go through at times and how things can turn out. Okay. And I remember seeing this court episode. I forget what, Court TV or something. It's probably over 15 years ago. But it was a mother that sued a father for assaulting her child. Now, here was the circumstance. And this was all established. There wasn't arguing whether somebody got hit or not, or whether this daughter was being harassed or not. The circumstance was, you got the mother here and her son. Her son is chasing this father's daughter down the block. But while the son is chasing the daughter, he's got a bat in his hand. Okay? I don't remember if they were playing. I don't remember if he was serious. I don't know if he was acting like he was going to hit this girl. But this girl runs home like she's supposed to, gets her father like she's supposed to. Father comes outside, confronts the boy. The boy still has the bat in his hand. The father snatches the bat out of his hand and then duffs him in the face. Okay? Mother takes the father to court for assaulting her son. This is how it played out in court. I'll never forget it. He lost the case, the father that came out and defended his daughter. He lost the case because they ruled it and deemed it the bat, which you even said was the threat. You took it away. The moment you took the threat away, you didn't need to hit the small kid that was way inferior to you physicality wise, or he posed no more threat after the bat was taken away. That's what they broke down the circumstance of why he lost. I do feel a way about it a little bit, but this is how it plays in the court. Okay. Now, what Takashi just said, 6ix9ine just said, and he told on himself as far as like, yeah, they're going to find you guilty for that. He just said it. He said his logic was his paranoia. Paranoia has no place in court as to why you did something. It has no place. I can't go into court and say I'm paranoid that he don't like me and he might do something to me or my family. So I got to it. I went to his house and I sprayed the whole shit up, thinking that sooner or later he's gonna come to me. So I might as well get him first. My paranoia. That's not gonna. I might be right. I might be right. I might actually be getting him. We know how the streets is, but in court, in the legal system, oh no. Your paranoia ain't gonna work. It's not gonna go. So 6ix9ine is saying, out of my own paranoia that I live with, in fear that he's gonna go get some people and come back to finish the job, we jumped him then and got beat him up. They're not gonna let it fly. And you're walking around on probation. There's no fucking way. Now he mentioned that there was a gun involved. I don't know if the gun really existed, and if it did, if it was a similar scenario where they felt like the example I gave you of the father that took the bat away. Was it really still a threat? Was it in play? Like we don't have those details in front of us. But for whatever reason, they don't see that as self-defense based on you and your crew beating the shit out of this guy in the mall. And then you tell on yourself pretty much admitting that you were in the wrong from a legal standpoint by saying you did it for paranoia because you didn't want him to leave and come back with more people. The courts ain't gonna go for it. Okay. Speaking of 6ix9ine, here's one of the biggest problems that he's having. His life, his livelihood, his success revolves around the internet, revolves around streaming, revolves around being on camera, revolves around interviews and trolling and his social media presence. I want to say that he's possibly still doing some music. We saw he was having a out overseas run where he got a fan base over there. So I'm not sure how much money he's really making in music. But what we've seen pretty much ever since the Young Thug interrogation audio dropped, which is when 6ix9ine just had a rebirth, right? It's been all social media, all streaming, all content. It hasn't been music. I didn't see no singles get pushed. It's been all content. So, being that you're all content based right now, as far as your whole brand, you get on camera, and it's not just the people and probation and parole that's on your ass, right? But the IRS, you owe a lot of money. You've been telling people. This says the moment the IRS noticed 6ix9ine flexing 250,000 and immediately asked for his location, he owes them 30 million.
Oh, you gonna give it to the IRS though?
Yeah, I got to pay my.
Hey Daniel, they just got me calling to get your location.
I'll say like 2 a.m. I'm gonna call my officer now. I'm gonna call.
Oh, you gonna give it to?
When flexing goes wrong, right? This is your brand, and that be the gift and the curse. It's no different than like an entertainer that has a ton of beef. You know, it's like I gotta be feet on land. I gotta promote shows. I gotta be outside. I gotta be accessible. I gotta be in the public. But I'm beefing with everybody. I'm trolling everybody. Like academics. Academics is making some mistakes possibly by putting himself out there more than maybe he needs to. He's a very controversial podcaster. He gets into it with a lot of people that have reach and money and power and street people around them if they're not street themselves. But he wants to go to these concerts. He wants to be. We just saw him cross paths with Trav. You never know how that would have went. But Trav then, they're saying, puts him on the phone with Meek Mill, and maybe Meek and academics, might try to sort things out yet again. But I could have just seen you and could have just been green light because I'm that loyal to Meek Mill. And maybe I feel like you've hurt Meek Mill's brand to the point where he lost money. It's go mode. That it could have went that way. You see that footage there with Trav and academics? They're standing next to each other while Trav is making phone calls. They say to Meek Mill, academics is looking like almost like a deer in the headlight a little bit, like not sure what to do. Like he's looking around, probably checking my security's ready. Are they looking? Security gets fucked over too sometimes, people. We've seen one laid out with Rick Ross in Toronto, right? But academics looks like there's cameras running. We're streaming. Here goes a possible op. I can't run. I'm stuck right here. I got to hold my ground. But why put yourself in the situation? But same thing, I mean, for 6ix9ine, man. He's got to be around, and that's part of his livelihood. And the moment you do things that help you line your pockets, you could be breaking some other shit, the IRS, your probation, etc. And he ends up in a revolving door, in and out of fucking jail. 6ix9ine.